Hi, I'm Amy Schrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10, and I want to talk with you about open houses. Open houses are an important part of the buying and selling process when you're looking for a home. So we want to talk a little bit about open houses, give you some tips for some buyers as well as tips for the sellers if you're having an open house at your home. As a buyer, an open house can be extremely awkward sometimes because you have a realtor that you're not working with, that you're not familiar with, who's kind of following you around through the house. And if you're with your spouse or significant other, it can be hard to, freely talk about the things you're looking at with that person there. So we're going to talk about some things that will help you be better prepared when you attend an open house. All right. Most of the time you have been looking at this home online, you've saved it, and then you see that the open house is coming up. So you venture off there on a Sunday afternoon to go look at this home. And you need to ask that agent when you get there, what are the positives about the house that I need to know, but what are the negatives about the house? The positives they're going to be more than willing to share, but they also have to tell you any negatives that they're aware of. Okay. And when I have an open house, if people ask me, based on feedback that I have received from showings, if someone thinks the kitchen's too small, blah, 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 then those are things that I will share with them. But as a realtor, we have to be honest and ethical and disclose any negative problems that we are aware of with a property. So don't think that just because the person hosting the open house represents the seller that they're not going to tell you some of those negatives, because they are legally obligated to do that. All right. The second thing is ask that agent about the neighborhood. What are the things you need to know? Is this neighborhood trending up in value? Is it trending down in value? What are the makeup of the people who live there? Is it primarily retirees, people with young children? Find out who makes up this neighborhood. What are the HOA fees? What are the restrictions? What are the things you need to know about the area in general? The third thing I would encourage you to ask is find out, are there other homes that are similar to this in amenities, size, price, etc., in the immediate area that you might be interested in? Not every house is going to fit every buyer. And as real estate agents, we're very aware of that. So a good agent should be prepared at their open house to have other homes available in the immediate area there for you to look at. And then, you could always schedule appointments to go see those after the open house. Now, as a seller, you also need to make some preparation when you're having an open house or your agent's having the open house at your home. The first would be clean it up. Normally an open house is going to coincide with the listing hitting the market. So these should have already been done, but you'd be surprised, especially if you have a home that's a little unique, in a higher price range, and it's sitting on the market for a little bit, so you have another open house to try and generate interest. Sometimes it's just not in the best shape, especially if it's a vacant home. So if it is your house, the agent's doing the open house for you to try and generate buyers, make sure the house is clean. If you need to hire a housekeeper to go out and freshen the place up, get rid of the cobwebs. I can't tell you how big a turnoff it is for people if we're showing this house and you're having to dodge cobwebs going up the front porch and going in through the front door. You just want that place to look really nice and give a great first impression. Curb appeal is everything. So make sure that the home looks good, not just on the inside, but the outside as well. The second tip I would give you, and this applies really for occupied homes, is make sure you remove your pets, when we're having the open house, and make sure you remove the evidence of pets. And by that, I mean, if you have cages, that your dogs typically stay in while you're at work, you need to take those cages with you while the agent's having the open house. Remove any beds that the pets have. Remove the kitty litter box. Put the food, things like that away. While most people love pets and they may have some of their own, they don't want to see your pets at the house, okay? It can be distracting, number one, and if your dog is not the friendliest and it's barking the whole time, it can become a huge problem. But if someone is allergic to pets and they see these things, especially if there's carpet in the house, it could be a big distraction for them and a negative to make them not buy your home. So that would be something to think about for sure, is to take away the pets during the open house, but also take away those things that let people know there's pets in the home. The third item would be to stage your house. And again, if your open house is done pretty much at the same time the homes hit the market, then you've probably already done this. But if your agent has not advised you, then definitely you need to stage your home. A large part of that is decluttering. You want your home to shine for these buyers that are coming through. So if your closets are overflowing, pull out that kind of stuff. You know, pull the seasonal clothes out. You want those closets to appear very spacious. So if you have a whole lot of stuff crammed into them that where, you know, people can't really see the space, it makes it look small, even if it's a big closet. So declutter, depersonalize, make sure all your light bulbs are functional. You know, just make it a warm, inviting space. So you want the buyer to be able to visualize themselves being in your home. A lot of times that means taking down, you know, family photos. If you've got a wall of your house that is the family photo wall, you might want to minimize that. You might want to pull some of those photos down. Obviously, the goal of the open house is to get your home sold. So just think of it as pre-packing for your move. I recently showed a house a couple of weeks ago, and it was a little overwhelming, the number of family photos that were in the house. I mean, they were everywhere. Every room had photos, and not just the 5x7 or the 8x10. These were large canvases. And like I said, they were in every room. So it was kind of a turn off, and it's kind of hard for a buyer to visualize themselves living there when there's reminders in every space about the people who live there now. So make sure that you stage your home, you depersonalize it, you declutter it, you have it ready to go so that buyers can envision themselves living in that house. So that wraps up my tips for the sellers. Now, if you are a buyer and you're looking to purchase a home and you want to avoid the awkwardness of attending open houses, feel free to give me a call. We can set up some private showings for you and go out and look at homes. And that way you have an agent you're familiar with who's going to be working for you and on your side to help you find the house that's perfect for you. Again, my name is Amy Schrader. I'm with RE/MAX Real Estate 10. You can reach me on my mobile, 423-748-8811. If you're looking to sell your home and you're thinking, well, the agent I've been talking to hasn't sold me any of this stuff, then give me a call. I'd love to work with you and be that professional for you that works in conjunction to get your home sold. Thanks so much again. If you're finding this information informative and you want to be notified of new videos that are uploaded, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, and then you're going to ring that bell that's next to it, and that just means you're clicking on the bell. That will give you notification on YouTube when I upload a new video. Thanks so much.